Hello class, today we are using substitution. The essential question is, how do I solve with substitution? Learning intention. I'm learning to use substitution to find the solution to an expression or an equation. There are 3 warm-up questions. Identify the following statements as true or false and give an example. You've got 2 of those. State the additive and the multiplicative inverse and explain it. Okay, so pause the video and see if you can do the next. Actually, irrational numbers are closed under subtraction, so this is true. You've got 1 plus the square root of 5. Then you would have minus 2 minus the square root of 8. Let's make it a better number, square root of 7. So, it would be 1 plus the square root of 5, then you distribute, minus 2 plus the square root of 7. That equals, well, 1 minus 2 is negative 1 plus the square root of 5 plus the square root of 7. That also is irrational. So it will be closed under a subtraction, and the same will be true for addition. Real numbers are closed under addition. That also is true. You can take 2/3 plus 1/3 gives you 3/3, which is equal to 1. All of those are real numbers. Additive inverse. What additive inverse is also the opposite. So if I have 9 plus negative 9, I get 0. That is an example. Multiplicative inverse. That's a little bit more. We need 1. So usually we give a good example with a fraction. 3/4 times 4/3 will give me 12/12, which is 1. You're thinking reciprocals. Okay, so as you're looking at this, this is what you're looking at. Now we're going to start with substitution. The first couple are fairly simple, and you should be able to do them on your own. Then it'll get a little bit harder. So if I'm looking, I know that 2x plus 9 equals something, but I know that x equals 6. That's where I'm going to substitute or replace the x with 6. So this will be 2 times 6 plus 9. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 9 would give me 21. So the answer would be 21. Okay, a little bit more rigorous. We know what y is this time. I'm starting with 4 minus 2y squared. Here's my y. Here's what y is equal to. So I'm going to replace 4 minus 2 times 3 squared equals. I'll pause there so you can see what we've done. We just replaced the y with 3 because that's what y is equal to. Okay, 4 minus 2, and then 3 squared is 9. 4 minus 18. They're opposite signs, so I'm going to subtract. 18 minus 4 is 14, but the 18 is negative, so it's going to be a negative 14. Okay, for the next one, the only difference is that you now have an x and a y. So how do you deal with that? You know what x is, so can we substitute it in and find y? This is my x, this is my x. Let's use substitution. So 2 times 5 plus y is equal to 10. 10 plus y is equal to 10. At this point, hopefully you know what y is. Subtract 10 from both sides, and y is equal to 0. So, if you're looking, we found both x and y now. Well, we were given x, but we found y. What happens, though, if we've got a variable going on? So I've got y, this is y, I know what y is. I'm still going to substitute. It's the same principle. 5x minus, this time the whole thing goes in, 2x equals 3. Okay, 5x minus 2x is 3x is equal to 3. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 1. If I want to know what y is equal to 2x, which is equal to 2 times 1, which is equal to 2. And I'm done. So, this type of problem requires your brain to continually process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. But it's the same thing as you've always been doing. It's just stretching it out, making more steps to it. Okay, for the last one, I know what x is. And I know what x is there. That's where I substitute. So 2y plus 3y, I'm just picking this up and putting it there, equals negative 15. Okay? Now I can combine like terms. 2y plus 3y is 5y is equal to negative 15. Divide both sides by 5. And y is equal to negative 3. If y is equal to negative 3, what is x equal to? Well, x is equal to 3 times y, but that is equal to, substitution again, 3 times negative 3, which is equal to 9. So y is negative 3 and x is 9. So, keep practicing. We will continue learning how to do this type of substitution. I know I'm successful when I can solve equations and simplify expressions using substitution.